Hey there everybody, my name is Heretoga, and welcome to the start of a new series. This is not going to be a survival series, this is going to be a creative build series where I build your builds. So naturally, I'm here in my creative world where I do my creative builds and do my experiments, and I've been asked to make a build for two people that are working on a mod. They've been working very hard making a mod for Vintage Story, and I've seen what they've been getting up to. It's really cool stuff, but all will be revealed in good time. But these people came to me because they needed someone to build them a couple of builds for them, and they asked me if I would record a video showing the stages of the build. Now, I have done quite a bit of this build already, because they asked me a little bit late, and that's okay. It's okay. I've got you all covered. So, let's get up off my feet, and I'll show you around of what I've been getting up to, because it's been a while. I know a lot of you haven't seen me for a while. That's because I've been working on this, and also been doing life, and sometimes life isn't always easy, is it? But everything's okay. So, I've been asked to make a dungeon build. But I'm not going to show it to you just yet, because I need to walk you through some other processes I use especially when I do big builds. So, I think the most important thing is if you know what you want to build, like a castle or a cathedral or a dungeon or something like that, you've got the idea in your head, but where do you start? That's the thing, isn't it? Where do you start? Well, I think the first thing you should start with, which is very important, is building your shapes first. Build your shapes first, like this, as you can see here. I know what build I'm doing, but I need some shapes to work with, so yes, I'm building a dungeon, and it is cathedral based, because that's what they wanted, right? So that gives me a very good idea about what kinds of shapes I should be creating, right? And we've all seen builds like churches and cathedrals before. You know, windows are a thing, you know, spires are a thing, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's what I feel you should start with first, right? So to build your arches, the basic shapes. Build the arches of the windows as well. Just basic shapes like these. Because in the creative world, or in creative mode, if you're in a survival world, you can put yourself in creative mode. You can just look at a shape, press in your mouse wheel, and it will copy it, and it will go onto your hotbar, and you can paste it loads of times, right? And you can turn it around as well if you need to. So it's not that difficult once you've got all your shapes to just keep using the same shapes. You don't have to keep making the same shape every single time, right? So arches, windows, you can even design your own blocks as well. You don't have to use the basic blocks in the game. You can use them as a reference and create your own blocks like this, right? Maybe I should do a separate video about how to do these. But yeah, they all join together, and you've got your own brick blocks, right? And you can do big ones too. Like this big one is based on the ashlar ones, but instead of it being smooth, it has an indent, right? You can see the grout or whatever it is, whatever it's called, in between the bricks. It's got depth to it. It's not just flat and smooth. right? And then after your arches and your windows and your blocks, you've got pillars as well, haven't you? So you've got small pillars, you've got big square pillars. So yeah, just experiment. With these big square pillars, right? Because it's 4 blocks, you only need to design one corner, right? Because then you can just replicate them like this and turn them around so that they face the other corner, right? So you don't have to do as much as you think you need to do when you design some of these things. So yeah, here we have a big square pillar. We have smaller pillars. Now I could make a 2x2 version of this as well, which I think I might do actually. And then use the same method like I've done on this one. Just do one corner, right? Then you've got like these strange pillars that go up against the walls. They're not like a full pillar like this, it's like a half, like it's been sliced in half and then it goes up against the wall like this. So yeah, like create all the shapes that you think you might need, right? As many as you can. Like even like skulls or gargoyle heads. I was going to use these gargoyle heads for my build that I'm working on. It is a dungeon, but it's a secret project, so I'm not going to go into that right now. But I donated this design for this build that I've been asked to do. Made a few different stone types, and I replicated it and made it a bigger scale. So like every little voxel, right? Every little voxel has been built out of blocks instead, and that's what it has come out as. So this is going to be the entrance to my build. Might have to chisel it up a bit and round off some of the corners, but hey ho. Anyway, moving on. So once you've designed your little pieces, you can start building with them, right? Now when you're building buildings, you need to also remember that shapes are a thing. Cubes, oblongs. Now those oblongs can be horizontal and they can be vertical, right? You've got pyramids, you know. Remember the basic shapes when you make your buildings, like with this sandcastle, right? That's what I've done with this sandcastle, because if you build out of the basic shapes first, then you can add detail to it afterwards, right? So this build I'm working on is a little bit more advanced than a smooth sandcastle, right? So I've used the little pieces, I'm remembering the shapes, and I'm using the shapes, and using all that together to create something. Like in this case, this is just a spire. So once I was happy with the spire, I moved on and created this. Ignore the windows for now. And created this. And as you can see on the top, I used the magic wand to highlight it and place it down with a magic wand. It's like a world edit tool, the magic wand. Yeah, and then I built the rest of it out of the basic shapes, like a vertical oblong. And then I added the detail on afterwards, using all the shapes that I made. Bulked out the corners, I added a trim around the edges of the bottoms. So it all comes together if you just take your time and you use these methods, right? Now from this build here, I went even further, right? Because I thought, right, I'm starting to get enough pieces here to start making a build, okay? So that's what I did, and this is what I came out with, right? So that this tower here are these two towers here, right? Because I thought, right, well, the build needs an entrance, but I want two big towers either side of the main entrance. So that's what I worked on first. And then I did a variation of this spire and created a different spire as well. I don't know how well you can see the shadows and the lighting. I might have to mess around with the light here, make it a little bit brighter so you can see the features more. But yeah, so I've been using all the shapes that I accumulated by creating them. So I made the main gates, put towers either side, and then, like, we all know what cathedrals look like, so it's not too difficult. Just build the basic shapes first, oblongs, cubes, vertical oblongs, and then add all the detail on afterwards, like with all the pieces that you've been creating, okay? Oh, also, I forgot to show you a piece. There's like this little railing design here. Let me come over here, because it's here. Yeah, I made a railing design, but I made a stone version of it. That's what's up here. But the windows as well, like, because you'll create the windows, but there's nothing in there, right? So you can add blocks into the blocks, like metal, and create bars if you want, okay? These are for my dungeon build. Or you can have actual glass windows, and then you can just fill in... Where is it? Yeah, I'm supposed to have these here. Right, you can just fill in with the basic design of a window. I'm probably not explaining this very well. It's been a while, guys. Just bear with me, but I think you know what I mean, right? Just create a glass window. It's only 3 voxels wide, but it's in the middle of the block, okay? So, basic window. Now you need to add lines to it and patterns, so that's what you can do afterwards, right? Just like, if you think you're going to go wrong, make a few of them and keep one as a master that you never tamper with, right? Because you might need to copy it again if you go wrong. So just get like 3 of them or something and do like a few different designs and then pick the best one, right? But always leave your master shape. Never tamper with them. Always leave the master shapes so that you've always got that to fall back on, right? And then once you found a design you're happy with, you've got the final design, and then you can pick those up with a middle mouse wheel and just plop them into the gaps. Okay? So that's what I've done with this as well, and this tower that I did over here. This one's got red windows, and they do glow up as well, actually. Let me show you. Just make it dark. Yeah, they do glow up, but this is a bit dim. There we go. Yeah, the lighting update in Vintage is a bit weird sometimes. But yeah, they do emit light, these, but I've hidden the light so you can't see it. It just emits light, right? Look how red that is. Right, let's get back into the daytime. There we go. Let's clear all this off. Okay, so... And then you'll find yourself having all the pieces you need, and you'll just keep building away. Okay? Just keep building away, and then add detail on afterwards. As you can see, I need something on the sides of this build because I want it to be big. So work with the numbers. You know you're going to need windows, so work with the numbers. And if you've got some favourite numbers, right, you can use those. Have a handful of favourite numbers and stick to that rule. Make your own rules when you're building and stick to them. You'll be surprised what comes out when you do that, when it's all together. It just looks... It opens your eyes and you surprise yourself. So sometimes you've got to step back as well and fly around and make a few tweaks, and that's okay. But you work with the numbers. So when I said earlier about remembering the shapes when you make buildings, well, if you're working by numbers, also remember odd and even. Okay? Just remember odd and even. So I expanded on this build, and it wasn't like quite there yet, because I ended up with these big spaces here. Like, what do I put on here? Okay, I've got a second room on the side, but what do I put on the top? So again, I'm going to go up here. Just build out of the basic shapes, then add the features on afterwards. So this large space, this large open space that I didn't know what to put there, all worked out in the end, because I think it looks good like that. So the side rooms were built, the roof was put on, the windows were hollowed out, then the detail was added afterwards, and then all the small finishing details like this, look. And I've used all the pieces that are down there that I created, and I just keep building. You can like this design, this surface level design is done, but I can keep making this even bigger if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I think it's big enough for their dungeon. But once you've built a big building, you go inside, you'll realise something, right? It'll look like this. There's no floor. You know that you need pillars to support the roof. So just get to it. Put the floor in. Put your pillars in. Right? So if I go up to this other one, because this one is done up here, go inside. But the floors are down. Pillars are up. They're up against the walls with the arch trims. All the windows have the trims around them. The windows are in the window holes. The roof has been smoothed out so it doesn't look like this, like a Minecraft build. They've been smoothed out. Still needs work doing to it, right? But all the floor, the basic floor is down, right? So yeah, there's still more work to do on this build, right? It's not finished, obviously, but I've got the majority of the surface version of it done. The structure is built. The outside features are there. I just got to work on the inside now, which does take time. Now this build is going to have underground rooms as well, and I think this is a good idea to do too when you've got a big project on. Have an idea board, right? I've got the entrance, but I do need a grand hall and a staircase. I'm also going to put a secret grand hall in that build somewhere underground, because the modders wanted a portal room, so I'm going to put that in a secret grand hall. I'm going to put the portal room in there. Now, because this build has been taken over by evil people, we're going to need some strange rooms in this build, okay? So yeah, I think it's a good idea to do this. Whether you're building a house or a castle or a pirate ship or anything like that, get those ideas written down about what rooms you need in there. So yeah, do I have catacombs on there? I haven't put the catacombs on there yet. It needs to go there. But that is the next thing I'm going to be working on, is the catacombs, where you go underground through the catacombs, and then you'll be able to go further down into other staircases that lead to other rooms, which are all on this board. But the next layer under this is going to be all of this, but catacombs. So I'll leave the video here for now. When I've done the catacombs, I'll do another video and show you that and walk you through it, because it's going to take so many hours to do it, so I can't record me doing it. So I'll just walk you through it instead, okay? Yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's been a while. Recently was doing a survival series, but it's pretty much... It came to an end. Like, I mean, I did so much in that series, so I think it is time to move on and do something different. That's to say, in the future I will probably do another survival series, because the game is constantly being updated by the Vintage Story devs, which is brilliant, and they're adding new things to the game and stuff like that. So yeah, in the future I'll do another series, but for now I'm working on creating your builds, and that's the series I'm going to be working on. But yeah, hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.